was doing nothing but telling the truth. I heard her say it, and I repeated it. I'm grown, and I do what I want. You know who I am. I'm Jackie Christie. That ain't gonna change.
Just when people thought Jackie Christie had hit rock bottom after her $300 million divorce lawsuit against Doug Christie got dismissed, things took an even darker turn. Doug didn't just walk away quietly, he came back swinging. Leaks started hitting the internet, and suddenly, private details about their marriage, finances, and personal arguments were everywhere. The same woman who once controlled every detail of her image was now losing grip of it, one leak at a time. Doug had stayed silent for years, but now it looked like he was done protecting her. Text messages, recordings, financial documents, all pointing to a version of Jackie that no one was ready to see. And just like that, their divorce wasn't just a legal battle anymore.
These lunatic, jughead, simple had the audacity to say what?
That you were caught shooting some back in 1987 or something back in the day.
Ask me, and I'll tell you no. I done a lot, okay? But prostitution ain't one.
It became a full-blown public meltdown. The woman who built her brand on being in control was now facing a storm she couldn't manage. But what really pushed Doug to leak everything? And how much truth was actually behind the things being exposed? Let's rewind, because this story goes way deeper than a dismissed lawsuit. For years, Jackie and Doug Christie were seen as the definition of a power couple. From the outside, they looked unbreakable, loyal, committed, and always by each other's side. Jackie showed up at every game, supported his career, and made sure everyone knew she was the woman behind the man. Doug, on the other hand, was known for his loyalty, famously refusing to even look at other women out of respect for his wife.
But you better keep your ass in that seat, tramp. That's what you better do. You right, Dumbo ears. Yeah, I got a lot of husbands about these ears. Get a husband. That 48-year-old been working. You right.
They were inseparable. People used to say their marriage was proof that love could survive in the spotlight. But behind that picture-perfect image, something was brewing. As the years went by, whispers started to spread that Jackie's love wasn't as pure as it seemed. Some said she was controlling, always checking Doug's phone, managing his every move, deciding who he talked to and where he went. Doug, who had once looked happy and proud to call her his wife, began to look tired, like he was carrying the weight of keeping the peace at home while the world believed they were perfect. But it all came crashing down when Jackie accused Doug of cheating publicly. That one accusation shattered everything they had built. Fans were shocked. How could the woman who used to say her husband was loyal and faithful now be accusing him of betrayal?
Keep doing this. I think it's beneath me. The truth was put out there. You hear my side and that person's side. And here we are having to address it yet again. Despite all the accusations, I still hold out hope that we can move on like grown women.
Doug denied everything. But by then, the damage was done. Jackie's image started to shift. The same people who used to admire her began to question her motives. And instead of healing privately, Jackie made a move that turned everything upside down. She filed a $300 million lawsuit against Doug for spousal support. She claimed she had dedicated her life to his success, sacrificed her own dreams, and deserved financial compensation for the years she stood behind him. To her, it wasn't just about money, it was about recognition. She believed Doug wouldn't have been who he was without her. But when the case hit court, it crumbled fast. The judge dismissed it, and Doug's legal team came prepared. They brought receipts, bank records, and proof that Jackie was far from struggling.
$20, and you better take this mother money. Anybody got a molly up in here? Anybody got a molly for this? Let me find my $20. Hold on, unwrinkle that for me, will you, OG? Let me put my lipstick back in my purse, cause this hoe needs some money with my old ass and my big ears. Get that bitch that $20.
She had investments, businesses, and plenty of her own money. The dismissal was embarrassing, but what came next was even worse. At first, Doug stayed silent. He didn't respond to interviews, didn't post on social media, didn't even comment on the rumors. People thought he was just taking the high road. But then, private messages between Jackie and Doug started leaking. It began small screenshots of text arguments, clips of voice notes where Jackie was allegedly yelling about control, money, and betrayal. At first, fans thought it might be fake. But as more surfaced, it became clear these leaks were coming from someone close to Doug. And then came the bombshell, a leaked recording where Jackie allegedly admitted to manipulating Doug's career decisions to keep him in her control. In the clip, you could hear Jackie saying, "If I don't stay on top of you, people will ruin you. I made you who you are." The internet exploded. That one sentence spread everywhere. Blogs, gossip pages, even sports media outlets picked it up. Overnight, Jackie went from being seen as a loyal wife to being labeled as controlling and manipulative. Doug's silence was now speaking louder than any statement could. Behind the scenes, insiders started sharing that Doug had reached his breaking point. After years of being painted as the bad guy, he wanted people to know the truth. Sources close to him claimed he didn't leak everything himself, but he didn't stop the people who did. And that's when the floodgates opened. Financial documents surfaced showing Jackie's personal spending, hundreds of thousands spent on luxury trips, designer clothes, and private events, all while she painted herself as financially abandoned. Text messages showed her pressuring Doug to deposit money into accounts under her name just in case. People started putting the pieces together, and the narrative flipped completely. But the biggest shock came when Doug's team leaked a private email exchange between the two, written right before the lawsuit. In the email, Jackie allegedly told Doug, "You owe me for the years I put my life on hold. I don't care if I have to take it by force." That one message hit hard. It painted a picture of someone willing to do anything to get what she believed she deserved, even if it meant tearing her own family apart. Jackie tried to fight back, claiming the leaks were fake and part of a campaign to destroy her image. But the damage was already done. People had seen too much. Her reputation, the same one she spent decades building, was slipping through her fingers. Even close friends started distancing themselves. Some former castmates from Basketball Wives unfollowed her online, refusing to comment publicly. Industry insiders whispered that certain brands quietly pulled back from deals they were considering with her. And while Jackie tried to downplay everything, Doug's calm silence made things worse for her. The more she spoke, the more people doubted her. It wasn't just about money anymore. It was about credibility, and she was losing it fast. But here's where it gets even more painful. Jackie had always been the loud one, the one in control, the one calling the shots. But this time, she couldn't stop the narrative. Every time she tried to explain herself, another leak dropped. Screenshots of conversations with mutual friends. Bank records showing payments made under consulting which fans speculated were hush money arrangements. Even private notes she allegedly kept about Doug's habits and weaknesses. It became a full-blown media circus. Every blog wanted a piece of the story. Every headline made Jackie look worse. And the sad truth? The more she fought to defend herself, the guiltier she looked. People started saying Doug had outplayed her, that after years of being silent, he finally exposed the side of Jackie everyone suspected but couldn't prove. And while Jackie's publicist tried to control the narrative, it was too late. The leaks kept coming, and now they weren't just about the marriage. A series of emails suggested Jackie had tried to leverage her connection to Doug to secure deals for herself even after their separation. One leaked message showed her promising to use her platform to make him look bad if he didn't cooperate. That was the breaking point for many of her supporters. The woman they once admired was now seen as someone willing to weaponize her own marriage for personal gain. Behind the scenes, insiders say Jackie broke down emotionally. She reportedly stopped filming, pulled away from public appearances, and was seen crying during what was supposed to be a business meeting. For a woman who built her entire image around strength and control, losing that control in front of the world was devastating. Doug, meanwhile, continued to say nothing publicly. He didn't need to. The leaks spoke for themselves. And the silence made Jackie look even worse. Social media turned brutal. Fans who once supported her started questioning everything. Some wrote, "Now I see why Doug stayed quiet all those years." Others said, "Jackie played victim for too long. Now the truth's out." Even people in the entertainment industry who once defended her stayed quiet this time. Jackie's world was collapsing, not because she lost a lawsuit but because she lost control of the story. Still, there's something undeniably tragic about how far things have gone. Jackie and Doug weren't just another celebrity couple, they were a real love story that started before fame, before money, before the cameras. They built everything together, but now their entire legacy was reduced to screenshots and leaks. People forget sometimes that behind every scandal are two people who once loved each other deeply. And for all her flaws, Jackie's pain is real. Watching someone lose everything, their marriage, reputation, and peace in such a public way is heartbreaking. But what made it worse is how public opinion turned so quickly. The same audience that once cheered for her now couldn't wait to tear her down. And in that silence between leaks and accusations, you can almost imagine Jackie sitting alone wondering where it all went wrong. In the weeks after the leaks, Jackie tried to make a comeback. She went live on Instagram, her tone emotional but defensive. She said, "I know what people are saying, but I'm not the monster they're painting me to be. I gave my life to that man. I built with him, I sacrificed for him, and now I'm being punished for wanting what's fair." But even her tears didn't move the public the way they used to. The damage was deep, and trust once lost is hard to regain. Doug's legal team reportedly warned her privately that if she continued making public statements, more receipts would be released. It was a quiet threat, one that kept her silent for days afterward. And that's when she finally stopped posting. For the first time in years, Jackie Christie, the loud, fearless, opinionated reality TV icon, went completely quiet. But the silence only made people talk more. Rumors began to spread that Doug wasn't done. That there were even more damaging documents that could come out if Jackie tried to relaunch her legal fight. Some insiders claim that Doug is holding back for the sake of their family, but others believe he's keeping everything ready just in case she pushes again. And that's the sad part, two people who once built their lives around love and loyalty are now holding secrets against each other like weapons. Today, the fallout from Jackie and Doug's divorce is still being felt. Jackie's reputation in the entertainment world has taken a major hit. Some producers reportedly hesitate to work with her, afraid of the chaos that follows. Even among her supporters, there's a sense of sadness, like watching a strong woman self-destruct in real time. Meanwhile, Doug has quietly moved on with his life, focusing on business and staying out of drama. He hasn't spoken publicly about Jackie, but people say that silence speaks volumes. The woman who once controlled every room she walked into now finds herself trying to rebuild from the ruins of her own choices. And maybe that's the most powerful part of this story. For years, Jackie was the one holding the spotlight, deciding what the world saw and what it didn't. But now, that light has turned harsh, exposing everything she tried to keep hidden. Her $300 million lawsuit was supposed to be her victory, a final statement of power and recognition. Instead, it became the beginning of her downfall. Because when Doug started leaking the truth, the world saw a side of Jackie that fame couldn't protect anymore. It's a reminder that when love turns into war, nobody truly wins. At the end of the day, Jackie and Doug's story isn't just about money, fame, or betrayal. It's about how easily love can turn into destruction when pride and control take over. Maybe one day they'll both find peace. But for now, the scars from this public battle run deep, and the internet never forgets. Because in the court of public opinion, once the leaks begin, there's no taking them back. And as for Jackie Christie, this time, she's not in control of the story.